Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather. A lot of pollen, sorry. So today is Monday, May 26th of 2025. I had a very busy weekend with my daughter's grad. Last one to graduate high school. I'm done with the school system now, almost, just a couple more weeks. My son was back, so I got to see all my kids together again. It was just really nice to do that every once in a while. Anyway, so even though it was a very busy weekend, in between running around doing everything for my daughter's grad, I still had to get, shopping and stuff. So I'm gonna start quickly with this little market, and it's a organic, locally sourced little grocery store. I love it. It's a little pricey for some items, but it's fresh food and comes locally, so I think it's if you can afford it, I still say I can't quite justify spending $18 on a frozen pizza, even if it is 100% organic. There's just certain items that the meat is really good, the pasta that they sell is good. I can actually eat a lot of the stuff that they make, so it's a good place for me to get some groceries for myself. Not a good place if you've got so not a good place when you've got a big family, unless you have a lot of food allergies or food sensitivities in your family and you have to do that type of shopping. I would say it's one of the best ones where I live without having to go to a larger city like Edmonton or Calgary. So it's nice to have one of these in a smaller center where I live. So I got this is their best salsa. It's the charred salsa Roya. I don't know. Don't know if the J is pronounced like a J or a Y. So I don't know if it's Roya or Roja. But so this is a 700 ml jar, and it was on sale for $9.99. We saved about $1. But with these type of places, they do charge for the glass jars. So this glass jar cost me $2, but when I'm done with the salsa and I return the jar, I get that back. So it's one of those things, I think I've got 3 or 4 other jars I gotta take back. I gotta find them all, get all the lids to them, and then I will take them back and, get that added, get that amount credit towards, my next trip to the store there. My best deal was they had their sourdough bread. So this is the San Francisco sourdough round. And normal price is $5.97. They had it on sale for $1.99 yesterday. So I grabbed 2 loaves. You can see how much we love the sourdough bread. And for what, I can't eat a lot of bread products, but this bread does not make me sick. I can't explain why certain, grains and stuff bother me. Certain ones don't bother me. Just whatever. Can't really explain that. Just find out what food you can eat. So that's what I bought. So, it was $13.97 plus the $2 for the bottle fees. And then, let's see, was there GST? No GST, because it was, food-based product. So it was $15.95 for those few items, which, I said the salsa, $10 for this little bit of salsa, but it is one of the best salsas ever. And then I had to get other groceries. So I was at Walmart. I don't have the receipt, so I don't remember the exact price of this. But I got this at Walmart. It's the tofu. It's the Sunrise Smooth Tofu, 700 grams. It was just under $3. I can't remember if it was it's $2.90 something. I can't quite remember if it was $2.94 or $2.97, somewhere around there. So about $3 for, this is a pretty good container of tofu. I have spent $5 for a brick of tofu that's half this size. So Walmart does sell pretty good tofu. And I was at Walmart. I also always check the milk, and I got a 1 liter thing of goat's milk at half price, so $2.94, and I saved $2.94. So, $3 for a liter of goat milk instead of $6. So it's a good price. I can drink this, pour this in my coffee. I got my tofu, I've got, salsa and my sourdough bread. So I've got a pretty good lunch here, even though it does cost a little bit more. I think everything else is in my living room. I'm just going to put the produce stuff away and I'll be right back. Right, I was saying produce stuff and I realized that wasn't produce, but this is. So this is the nice 1 pound of Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. This little bag was about $2.50. Like I said, I don't know where my receipt went for my Walmart trip, but about $2.50 for 1 pound of Brussels sprouts. Okay, now I will just be back in a moment. All right, I'm just gonna move this way so I don't get the glare from the window. Didn't quite realize that. Okay, so I had to get some cleaning supplies. I said I usually get my cleaning products from Canadian Tire or Home Depot, so I went to Canadian Tire and I got this Cerama Bright, but it's the daily cooktop cleaner. I'm just curious how this works compared to, using the Cerama Bright, that other deep cleaning stuff every day. I'm just wondering how this spray-on stuff would work. And it just is a fast, easy touch-up. That way when little things spill, I'm not grabbing the big cleaner and doing a massive cleaning. So it'd be just kind of... Now it says, recommended for the use on all smooth top cooking surfaces, formulated for everyday cleaning without scratching. Regular use helps to maintain shine and performance. Contains no silicone. And it says to use, remove any burnt on food with a single edged razor blade, a Cerama Bright scraper, and then on cool cooktop, spray the area to be cleaned, rub with paper towel or with the Cerama Bright cleaning pad, dry surface with a paper towel or soft cloth. And then of course it says to remove tough stains, you still need the Cerama Bright cooktop cleaner, which is what I have, but like I said, I don't always need that cleaner every time, and some of my other products, it's like cooktop is a little bit different than other glass type surfaces. So I'm going to test this out today when I clean my kitchen. Also last time, well actually I went there because last time I cleaned my stovetop, I used up all my Cerama Bright stuff. So this is actually made by Wink. It's the cooktop cleaner. It was, this one was on sale because I usually do the Cerama Bright. I like this brand. But this one was actually on sale, so it was like being $3-4 cheaper than the stuff I normally buy. I don't know if about the mils. I just remember, I think it's about the same amount of mils, but this one was like one of those ones they're, clearing out. I don't even know how much these were. Should do that. Yes, so this one here, the Cerama Bright cleaners was $6.49. Then this one here, this cleaner was on for $7.93. It was on sale for $4.56 off, because it was like usually like over $12, like nearly $13 for some of these cleaning products. And I also grabbed another box of these. I should have some. I was looking at my coffee maker. I need to do a deep clean, descaling. So I bought one of these. It's the Yernex coffee and espresso machine descaling powder. I like the liquid one, but this one was on sale. Or it was cheaper. I mean, the bottle that I usually buy was $13 and you get 3 uses. This was $8.99, so like $9, so $3 savings. And again, it's only got 3 uses per box, and I can end up using a whole box if I were to descale both my coffee makers and my 2 kettles. So this, and then I always buy those the scouring pads for the cook stove, and I always said they're around $4, like 3 something, $4. I do have a brand new one, and I've got my one that is used, so I'm looking at, getting ready to replace the used one with the brand new one. And then I just thought I'd grab, but I didn't get them because their price went up, so now they are now $5.99 for a pack of 3. I decided I didn't need it that badly because I had buying these other items instead. Like if I hadn't bought this, I would have bought the little red scouring pads, but I bought this cleaner instead. So it's like, we only have X amount of cash on you, kind of pick and choose what you're gonna buy. So So the Ceramic Bright was $6.49. This other cooktop cleaner was $7.93. Oops, I'm gonna knock my camera over. And the coffee descaler was $8.99. And then there was $1.17 in GST. So I paid, where is it? $24.60 for those items. Oops. I also got these at Walmart. These are the litter box air filters. I love these. If you don't have a litter box that has these, I think it's, what is it? I think it might be a carbon base something, but it really does help keep the control of the odors down, especially when your litter boxes are sitting in a more open, common area of your house. Because the box I have is this large one here, I always have to buy two. They used to come in packs of multiple packs. Now they're just in singles. I don't know if it's cheaper this way. I honestly don't remember what I used to pay for them, but these were just under $3 each. Again, I don't know, my Walmart receipt blew away when we were walking through the parking lot. One of those things, the receipt's just gone, it is gone. So around $3 for each of these. So $6 for replacements, and they last about 3 months. I have gone a little over the 3 months if, Walmart is out of them. I've also been one of those people who, depending on how these feel, I have, different ones over the years. I know you shouldn't, but I have rinsed them underwater just to see if I can get them to last a little longer. Don't recommend that, but you have cats, you need this type of stuff. And then I'm trying to organize my house, and I've got baskets, and I was always trying to find fancy little labels and things, and I always did the sticker ones, but the sticker ones always fall off the baskets. So Dollarama, we walked through the mall, and I found these just sitting there right when we first walked in, and so I'm like, oh, gotta grab these. I'm not sure how many of these I need. So they are the storage bin label clips. Actually, I'm just gonna open one box just because I'm curious of how they look and would work. So it says you get $1.50, I think, yeah, $1.50, and you get 4 of these clips that will clip onto your baskets, and each one comes with several pieces of the little, I thought that they were like the erasable kind of labels. No, they're just paper labels. That is fine, because what I can do is just take that out and I can just put a label on here instead of using the paper. But so like I said, you get 4 in a pack for $1.50. I bought 2 packs. I just wanted to test them out. But like I said, I've got down in my laundry room, when I open up my cupboards, I've got these baskets sitting there, and I don't know what's in them. So 2 of them are clothespins. Another one is just some random little bit things, and I don't know what's in them. So, and then when I do upstairs in my office, I want to be able to label what is in each of those baskets, so I don't have to pull every basket out looking for things. And I just think these would just kind of help. Now, I will say, I'm one of those people who I don't like labels facing me if I don't need to. So I like the way that these just kind of clip on, and I could just clip the labels like even on the inside of the basket. It's weird, I don't even have a basket sitting here in front of me to doing this, but like instead of having it sitting on the outside of the box, you can have it clipped on the inside, so you can kind of just read it without having all these labels staring at you in the face when you walk into a room. So again, that was a really good deal. I don't even know where my receipt is. So $3, and then GST, so it was $3.15 for 2 packs. My daughter said if I actually put a basket in each one of those little shelves upstairs, little cubicles, I have 2 that are 9 and 2 that are 6. So I definitely would need, like quite a few packs of these. And I told her when we bought these yesterday, I said, I'm not buying, like 10 boxes of these if they don't work. I will buy 2. because, you know, I said, I'll buy 2 to see how they work, to use some in the kitchen because I've got some in the cupboard and down in the laundry room. So if they work in the kitchen and laundry room, then I might get more for as I get upstairs more organized. And then finally, the last stuff, and it is the fun shopping because it is the clothing. And just give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. So the last 2 weeks we've had just so much rain, and now the wind came, the rain is gone, but all the trees around here just, you know, like exploded, and pollen everywhere, especially the poplar trees are the worst. Okay, so now I'm getting to the clothing. So we and my daughter, we were in Stitches, and they have some really, really good deals. First thing I walked in, they had their licensed tees. I forget what they were for. Yeah, they were 2 for $20 instead of $16 each. So I got a strawberry shortcake t-shirt. So it says life is sweet, and then the back says strawberry shortcake, but it is the classic strawberry shortcake from the 80s. I know they had redone strawberry shortcake and updated her in the early 2000s, but this is the, you know, 1980s version of her, and I don't know. So, although I'm looking at this, so I know her dress has the green diamonds, but on the front they have her with the dress with the yellow diamonds. The yellow diamonds was her sister Apple Dumpling, but I'm trying to figure out what is that. I don't know, unless they just did the coloring wrong. I still know all the characters' names and what they look like. So that's how important strawberry shortcake was when I was like in like elementary. And then of course I love Betty Boop. So this was the first one. I just kind of glanced at the shirts, and as soon as I saw like the Betty Boop, I mean, I'm not a fan of these beige and gray t-shirts, but how can you not when it's Betty Boop, established in 1930, so it's one of the classic Betty Boop looks. So like I said, yeah, the regular price is $16. They had them on 2 for $20, so that made them $10 each. You know, even at $16, I would have just bought the Betty Boop shirt, but $20, I get Betty Boop and strawberry shortcake. And then I was just looking at their athletic stuff. I love, you know, yoga, you know, type pants. They're comfortable to wear around the house. Running out, doing quick errands, they're just, you know, comfortable. These were not on sale, but the regular price is just $12.50. So you can't go wrong. I mean, if you were to try to buy a pair of yoga pants, you know, Value Village, they will charge like $15-20 for a single pair. So, you know, to get them brand new for $12.50, so I bought the navy and I bought the burgundy. So $12.50. Oops, is that a loose thread? Okay, good. Just a loose thread. I'm glad it wasn't like loose thread, you know, off the pants themselves. But I wear these type of clothes. In fact, that's one of the pants I'm wearing right now. Is although these ones don't have pockets, the ones I'm wearing have pockets, so they were, you know, a little bit more, but from the same place, you know, like Stitches. It's a great place to get that type of clothing. So I'm just gonna see. So 2 pair of yoga pants and 2 tank tops was $45 plus GST. So it was $47.25. I'm rounding up the pennies just because I said living in Canada, if we pay cash, the pennies get rounded up or down. Unless you pay with your card, then you pay the exact penny. But I think that is, oh, I've got one more thing, and it's not really a shopping haul type thing. I'm just going to move this down. Just move these cleaners out of the way first. And Move this chair and bring this chair forward. Oops. So I'm just gonna bring this down. This chair here, this is not gonna work. All right, this little office chair, we've got a lot of neighbors who are moving, houses up for sale, so people are putting, stuff out for free. I grabbed this chair this morning. It's a little damp because it was raining last week. I don't know how long it's been sitting out in the rain. Let's see, how do you lift it up? Well, does not want to walk into place. There we go. There. The backing is a little crooked. It wants to kind of tip to the one side, so I think whoever used this chair must have slouched or just stuff piled up on it. Not a big deal. It's a very comfortable chair. I mean, I was sitting in it, except that after about 5 minutes of sitting in it, my pants kind of got a little damp because I can feel the moisture. Like I said, we've had a lot of rain. But, save me some money right now. Me and my daughter were both using the upstairs. I'm using it as an office. She's using it as a study, and she will be, and we only have one chair upstairs, and she took it to her room. And so if I'm up there in my office, I need somewhere to sit. So, even though, like I said, it kind of slouches, it is easy to fix. It just has to do with in here. I have fixed these chairs like this before. Oh, my knee. Oh. It's easy, I'm just going to take this whole thing here off. Just see, it's got to be something up in here. If not, I've even just taken different chairs. Like I said, it was a free chair. That's all I'm looking at. It's a free chair. It's a, I said this, but I don't even lean back. I always lean forward. I've had one like this that did this before, and all I did is just tape around here with like some duct tape, and it just kind of gives it support up here, and then it won't slouch. But you can't go wrong. I mean, other than, like I said, the back part tipping, it's a really good, comfortable chair. Like I said, like right now it saves us a little bit of money. This is the one I have. Actually, I'm going to say that chair is heavier than this chair. I lifted that. But this one here was, like around $100 at Walmart. So getting that free chair saves me like $150 right now. I love this chair, but I don't want this one to be upstairs. I like it down here in the living room, so I'm going to take that one upstairs. We're going to clean it up first. But yeah, so like I said, it's good solid base to it. The levers are working if I know how to get them to work. I do know how to get the levers to work. I just where is the lever? I was playing around with it. I was getting it to raise and lower. Now I can't do it. But I said it's a free chair. Can't go wrong. Can't really go wrong with a free chair like that. I said it is comfortable. So like I said, just wants to tip. I just kind of grab my hand. It's not like it's the first chair I've ever had that does that over time. They kind of just, do odd things. But where is that lever? There we go. There. I got it. I couldn't reach it from the other position. Let's see. Just gonna do this. That is why this slouches. I can see why that's reaching for this lever all the time. Okay, so that is my shopping haul for this weekend. Very busy weekend. Really fun time with my kids again. So again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribes to my channels, watches my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.